Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Infinite Trade. My name is Robin and let's do our Nifty and Bank Nifty analysis for tomorrow, and also we'll discuss what should be the plan for the coming week. So we all know that Nifty and Bank Nifty both are under severe selling pressure from the high, and yes, a lot of people say that it is in a downtrend, or people say that we have entered the bear market. So whatever it is, so we all are traders. We are more interested in trading the flow wherever it goes. Okay, so let's not think about where Nifty is going to land, but however, uh, we have showed a significant correction. So I think people who wish to invest for longer term, this is the right time to start buying and averaging things, because market may soon reverse from some point. So definitely there is a scope of Nifty falling around 15,500 to 16,000 area, but that fall may be fast and furious. So it may come and hit that particular area and reverse as soon as possible. So if you're considering investing, this is the right time you can start, because a lot of stocks from Nifty 50, especially stocks like Tata Steel, uh, Tata Steel is almost 500 points from its all-time high. So that is one of the stock which you can think of investing. HDFC Bank looks pretty better. It is trading around 1500. And even Axis Bank, in the private bank sector, Axis Bank looks very decent. It has given a significant correction, and there are a lot more stocks. Even Reliance, it is in a support area. You can start buying here and average it if it moves to around 2200, and it may definitely take a U-turn sometime. So yes, so this is my view on a longer term if you are interested in investing. Yes, let's begin the analysis. So let's first look at the weekly time frame. So if you look at the weekly time frame, Nifty has formed a doji type of a candle. So a candle something like this. So what does this candle mean is indecision. So when do you see indecision is if there is a continuous fall or maybe a continuous rise at a particular point. We always see a candle something like this. Okay, so in this case, in Nifty, we are somewhere close to 100 DMA, so which is double exponential moving average. So if you see here, we have always respected the 100 DMA on a weekly chart. So we are somewhere close to it, which acts as a very good support, and hence Nifty has formed a doji type of a candle. And similarly, if you look at Bank Nifty, Bank Nifty has also formed a doji candle exactly at 100 DMA. Okay, so a candle something like this exactly at 100 DMA. Even Bank Nifty has always respected this particular moving average. So we have reversed from here. So there is a chance of reversal from this area. There's a chance. Okay, so nothing is 100%. So definitely we will go with the flow, whatever Nifty or Bank Nifty does. So what should be a plan on a weekly time frame or a weekly candle? It is going to be very simple. So after a trend or after a big trend, especially if we are forming continuously red candles like this, and if we are forming a doji somewhere here, so what happens is this low and this high, it becomes very important. So if we have to change the trend on a shorter time frame, that is if Nifty or Bank Nifty has to go up, this is where it should, it should break out on the upside and travel upside. So this may change the trend completely, or at least on a shorter time frame. And if it has to continue to go down, it should break this low. So this space is going to be very important for both Nifty and Bank Nifty. So in the coming week, we'll be watching out whether we are breaking this particular low or high. Okay. So this is my view on the weekly time frame. So now let's move on to a smaller time frame. So the trade plan for tomorrow. So before we do that, like always, we check participant wise open interest and the option chain. We'll do that now. So if you look at the participant wise open interest, this data is extremely bearish. Okay. So if you look at FIS, 26,800 future short, 38,000 call sell, 38,000 put buy. So extremely bearish sentiment. And similarly, if you look at Pro, it is same. 9,600 future short, 91,000 call sell, 77,000 put buy. And if we come onto the left hand side, what has happened is FIs have closed futures and created short positions. Okay, and Pros have also closed their long positions and created short positions. And if you look at the call options, so we have around 57,000 long calls and 95,000 short calls. And similarly, 2,14,000 long calls and 3 lakh short calls. And if you look at put, 42,000 long and only 4,000 short, and 73,000 long, and here the shorts have been closed. So looking at the data, things definitely look bearish, but we will analyze the chart and the option chain to understand how the flow of the market can be tomorrow. So now let's quickly check out the option chain. Okay, so what is important here is both have sold call options and both have bought put options. So if we look at the option chain, so this is the change in open interest chart. So what is that I've noticed is, though we have a lot of call options sell, those are not in the money. Okay, so they are holding a lot of short calls, but we do not see them here. I hope you will definitely understand this. And if we look at the change in open interest, the call options shorted are somewhere here. Okay, so what does this signify is, if you all remember, on Friday the market went up, Nifty and Bank Nifty both went up, then they started falling suddenly. So when the market went up, it looks like a lot of people have shorted call options at this place. Okay, so that is definitely safe for the people who would have shorted call options at 37,000 and above, or even 36,800, 700 and those. But beyond 36,500, if you see the call options, we do not see much of an open interest. So this is what is significant and something which I've noticed. And if you look at the put buy that they would have done, they would have definitely bought 36,000 because we see a heavy volume here. So looks like a lot of people, or especially the FIs and pros, have purchased 36,000 put options expecting a gap down, and when market will gap down, they'll definitely book this put options and the market may even stabilize. Okay, so there is a possibility. So overall the trend still remains bearish, but what is more important is there is no aggressive call writing in the money. So whenever there is an aggressive call writing in the money is when the market looks dangerous on the downside. But right now the situation doesn't look like that. So what the story is, they have wrote or they have sold call options here and they have bought put options here, is what we can understand. So now let's move on to the chart. Okay, so this is a chart. Let's move on to a smaller time frame. Let's first look at Bank Nifty. because this is something which I trade and a lot of people trade. Okay, I'm shifting it to an hourly time frame. The reason being, we know that it is continuously coming down, so there is no point in keeping it in a smaller time frame like 15 minutes. So that's the only reason why I've moved this to an hourly time frame. So now I'm activating all the resistances and support. So if you look at this, if you have watched my Dow theory video, the same analysis is what I follow, and that is the level that I have marked for Bank Nifty. Okay, so people who did not watch Dow theory video, please do go and watch the video. It is very easy to understand and easy to analyze and easy to trade. So right now, if you see on an hourly time frame, so I have marked all the levels based on the swing high, the lower high that Bank Nifty has formed so far. And now if you see from the 26th November till 3rd of December, what Bank Nifty has done is basically it is halting here, or it is taking support here. It is normally people say that it is forming a base. Okay, so why it is forming a base here, or why do we say like that? It is because if you watch here, Bank Nifty, what it did, it made a high here, it made a low here, then it broke this low, made a high, again broke this low, made a high, broke the low, made a high, broke the low, made a high. So what Bank Nifty has been doing continuously is formation of lower highs and lower lows like this. So this is a price pattern which is a bearish price pattern. But now if we check out Bank Nifty here, now it has stopped forming lower lows, especially in this area. Okay, it is not forming lower low. In fact, it has formed some higher lows so far, and it is trying to halt at this place. So now what should be our plan? Our plan is, this area is a very good resistance, which is 36,850. So first time we fell like anything, we directly made a low around 35,300. Second time we approached that place and we stopped somewhere here. This is, I think, somewhere around 35,500. Okay, 35,500. And now again from that same area we are falling. So what happens is, this is a resistance. So we fell from this place, then we again approach this, and then we fell again, and then again we approach this. So what are we doing is, we are continuously hitting this particular resistance so that the resistance get weaker and weaker. But when will it get weaker is, the fall should be smaller and smaller. Okay, so the lows should shift higher, so that whenever we hit this, there is a possibility we may soon break this out. So this is a kind of a pattern which Bank Nifty is trying to make, but still there is no confirmation, because it depends whether on Monday if we are breaking this low or not. If we break this low, then now there is no point. So definitely Bank Nifty would fall like anything. So all that we have to watch out for is, this time what is the low it is making. If it is making a higher low, then definitely Bank Nifty would try to sustain and go here and spend time here, and then finally break this area and move upside. So this is what the price action is. So let's zoom a little and let's come to a smaller time frame now, because we analyzed the higher time frame. So now if we look at Bank Nifty, this is going to be a very important support, which is 35,830. Okay, 35,830. So every Tom, Dick, and Harry is going to watch this support tomorrow. So tomorrow, in case if we open here, say if we are if we are opening gap down, then whatever put options that has been bought by the FIs and pros, they will immediately book it, and this gap down will sustain, and there is a possibility market may take a halt. Okay. When we can become bearish? We can only become bearish if we open flat. Why? Because imagine there are 38,000 put buy from the FIs and around 71,000 put buy from pros. So if market opens flat, we all know that the option premium decreases automatically. So they will definitely not book loss. So it becomes easier for them to take the market down. They'll immediately start selling call options from this place. Okay. And the market will fall immediately. And beyond this level, that is below 36,000, market will become weaker. We may test 35,800. Then they'll book their profits or they'll still take the market down. So 35,800 is going to be a very important level for tomorrow. So in case if you see 35,800 being broken at any point of time tomorrow, you can directly jump into the trade with a small stop loss. The market may fall further and it may even test the previous low of 35,300. And this may in fact happen on the same day. So tomorrow, if the market has to sustain, there are only two things: either a significant gap up or a gap down. So if there is a gap down, they'll immediately book their profits in the put options and market will sustain the level. And in case if we gap up, what they'll do is they'll immediately bring the market to this place, and then they'll put their put options, and they'll start selling those many put options and they'll take the market higher. This is what usually happens. So let's quickly see what should be a trade plan. So if we open flat, okay, within this area, so this area is around 36,200 to 36,000. If we open within this area and this low has been taken out, we will enter in a put option. Our target will be 35,800. Okay. And in case if we are opening gap down around 35,800, we will not take any trade, at least on the put side, but we can definitely look for a price action and then buy call options for a trade upside. But definitely, since this is against the trend, the quantity sizing should be very less. And in case if you are opening gap up, I would avoid trading directional, because the market will become very volatile, because it is entirely against their position. So they have to book their losses, they have to book their profits, they'll have to roll over the position, they'll create new positions. So because of all of this, the market will become extremely volatile. So I hope the point is clear for Bank Nifty. And the gap up opening should sustain tomorrow, and the next day we can definitely go and buy call options. Now let's look at Nifty. Okay, so Nifty, I haven't marked the lines, so let's quickly do that so that it also becomes live and people will understand how I mark it. I marked it somewhere. I think I marked it in my Zerodha terminal, I guess. Okay. So the first thing starts from here. Okay, let's change the color to red because it is our resistance. The second comes here. Okay, and the third swing comes somewhere here. And the fourth comes here. So this is I'm marking on a hourly time frame. I've told you the reason. Since we are already in a downtrend, I'm marking it in an hourly time frame, but otherwise I normally mark it on a 15 minutes time frame. So this area becomes a zone. Okay, this is close to each other, 490 and 590, 100 points. And let's mark a support here. So we see a support at this place. Then at this place, okay. So now we have marked this level. So let's move on to a 15 minutes time frame. Okay, so now if we look at Nifty almost tried to fill the gap. Okay, let's put it like this. Okay, hence we faced a resistance at this place. So this looks similar to Bank Nifty. Bank Nifty fell from the same place thrice, but however, Nifty managed to go upside and managed to fill the gap to some extent, and then it fell. So 17,089, this area becomes very important. Okay, so tomorrow if we open flat, we are definitely coming down to this area with a momentum. Okay, and then we'll have to see what Nifty does, because if it has to break this place further, it will definitely spend some time here, and then it may break it, or there is a possibility it may reverse also. Okay, because this becomes an important support. If this breaks, then the entire sentiment again changes to bearish. Then you can just close your eyes and go on selling call options. You will always make money. But right now the plan should be, if we open flat and break this low, we are definitely buying put options. Our immediate target is going to be 17,089. And in case if we open gap down at this place, we will take a halt. We will not buy any put options, because there is a possibility they'll immediately book the put options that they purchased. So, and similar to Bank Nifty, as I said, whenever we break 35,830, you can go for a put entry. Same goes with Nifty. When we break 17,089, you can definitely go and buy put options. Your next immediate target is going to be around 16,950. Okay, and slow and steadily we'll see Nifty going to this particular low, which is around 16,750. So this low that I'm talking about. And in case if we open with a significant gap up, say around above 17,300 or something, then there is a possibility market may become volatile and it may travel sideways. And for tomorrow, we are not buying any call options until and unless market opens gap down here and it starts forming higher high and higher low, is when we can try taking a call option, that too with lesser quantity. But definitely if we see a gap up, and the gap up, if it sustains, next day we are definitely going to plan for a call buy. So I hope the plan is clear for both Nifty and Bank Nifty. With the data, I've explained things, and I hope you all understand how we use the data on our analysis. Because what was significant or what was important in this data is, we saw that they are extremely bearish, but we do not see them selling significant call options in the money or at the money. We have seen them selling call options in the OTM side, and the only problem here is they have bought significant put options. Why they have bought put options? They are definitely the market movers, so they might have already known that there is a possibility on Monday we may open gap down. So for that sake, they have bought put options, and we know that if they gap down at a support area or at a target area, they'll definitely book it. So looking at their sold call options, market doesn't look that bearish. So that is my view based on the data and the option chain. I hope I'm able to explain everything to you, and I hope we all will one day start analyzing the charts in the same way. So thank you for watching, and do subscribe the channel and share it with your friends, because this is some sort of a knowledge which I'm trying to share it on an open forum where uh, there are a lot of people who know this, but they do not share it the way I do. But I wish to do it because there is no uh, problem in sharing knowledge with the people. Okay, so thank you for watching. Let's meet in another video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.